Okay, guys.
Why varnish them?
All right. Am I actually live?
I'm not new on your page. Okay, what if I say oh, you are actually on.
Okay. Now I'm on.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So yeah, finally I'm on. I disconnected earlier, but finally I'm on. And I decided I'm just gonna prep these green onions. All right, Tessa. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Right. I decided before I start making my Japanese souffle pancakes that I would just prep the green onions that I'm going to be using to top my chicken adobo later. So just getting those nice and cut up. I don't think I'll need maybe just about half of the entire plant. All right, and put the rest to the side here. And at the same time, you guys want to make sure that you are cleaning up what no longer is useful. So putting these away in the pantry. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. You should be able to hear me because I do have a Bluetooth microphone on currently. And we're just going about, going to take a nice little bowl. Add these to the nice bowl. And yeah, today honestly has taught me quite a little bit about perseverance because there's been an endless amount of things that have tried to prevent me from streaming today. And yet here we are, still streaming, despite the fact that most likely streaming to nobody, except I'm sure Tass, you're watching me, but pretty sure I'm streaming to very few other people currently. Definitely would be streaming to more people on Instagram, but unfortunately, as I said earlier, Instagram has decided that 1,000 followers is the minimum to allow people to stream live, which is really annoying. It's really annoying, but things happen. Such is life, guys. We're just gonna put all these lovely spices away. Going to clean up as much as I can here so that I create space for Japanese souffle pancakes that I'm going to be making, which I'm very because I've never made Japanese souffle pancakes. Also, I'm going to be doing them for the first time live. So that's nerve-wracking in its own way, but I must admit I would still be nervous even if it wasn't live because it is rather challenging. But what is life without challenge, guys? All good things normally lead you through some form of challenge. And so I see today as a challenge. This entire stream, or the entire time that I've been trying to put this streaming thing together, has been a challenge. Tried to go and stream on Instagram, but told that that's not possible. Need 1,000 subscribers. Tried to go stream on TikTok, was told that was not possible. Need 500 subscribers. Tried to go stream on YouTube mobile. Told that was not possible, that I need 1,000 subscribers. Then decided, okay, I'm going to do this off of my laptop, and that's fine. And then all of a sudden on my laptop, my stream got interrupted. So today is a fascinating experiment in persistence and dedication to my craft. of streaming. Okay, so this is, yeah. I'm also very excited to announce that starting tomorrow, I am going to be streaming on Twitch. Hopefully, the streaming on Twitch goes a lot simpler than it has been trying to get the streaming started up today. Just want to get this space nice before I start up with my Japanese souffle pancakes. But otherwise, other than these stream difficulties, this day has been rather lovely, rather enjoyable day, rather restful. It would be nice if I could stream on the platforms of my choice, but no use crying over spilled milk. One thing that I do enjoy about streaming above any other medium is the fact that it really trains you to be present. Because you can't be judging yourself too harshly whilst you're on live. It's also very raw and very personal. You don't get a chance to correct your mistakes. Your mistakes really are on view for yourself and for everybody that is watching you. And it can be quite an experience, to be honest. It is quite an experience. I'm just getting together my mixing bowl here, and the bowl that I'm going to be using to beat my egg whites with. Getting those together. All right, let's get some eggs out. We're going to separate. Separate out the eggs. Whites from yolks. We need 2 eggs here. All right. Just getting those. This actually was supposed to be for the yolks. There we go. And put the whites in here. Well, it is what it is. Just do what's necessary. Come on, get those whites going. Doesn't need to be perfect, but yeah. All right, got the yolks in there. Yeah, let me grab my trash. Yeah, more than anything, a nice little practice run for my streaming starting tomorrow. We're up. Okay, good. Fine, there's a little bit of yolk in my whites. I should be able to just scoop that out. Nice. And easy. Well, here we go. We're gonna just very little yolk. I hope that doesn't affect it. We'll see what happens. Anyways, all right. So time to get the mixer nice and ready, just so that I can get started on this. And so I want to just quickly share my stream on my WhatsApp, seeing as my stream basically got interrupted with the first link. So I'm just going to do that. Just add this. But in the end, not too worried if no one joins the stream. It was completely spur of the moment, unplanned, wrong platform, everything. So it is. Thanks, Tess. It is going to be fun either way. All right, so just having a look at the recipe here. So we separate the egg yolks and the whites, and we're going to add to that our vanilla extract, our milk. We only need 1 tablespoon of whole milk, not to our whites, but to our yolks. So get in 1 tablespoon of that whole milk. There we go. And our vanilla extract. How much vanilla extract do we need? We need 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of that very fragrant vanilla extract. I must admit, I'm very excited to try these Japanese souffle pancakes. I have never had Japanese souffle pancakes, and honestly, it'll be the kind of first Japanese souffle pancakes that I ever try are my Japanese souffle pancakes. So let me just grab my whisk here, more trusty whisk, and just whisk those up. Nicely. And to that, we're going to add now our flour, our baking powder, our salt, and we're going to whisk those combined. We're sifting those in. So let's grab a nice little. Oh, that was close. Almost my gas stove out. We're going to add in our flour, our cake flour, and that is a 1/4 cup of cake flour. It's taking, no, that's a 1/3 of a cup, 1/3 of a cup, 1/4 cup. Excellent. 1/4 cup cake flour, nicely leveled, tossing that into the sieve. Guys, don't argue. Talking to my cats. You don't want the cats to argue. 1/4 cup of cake flour. As I'm going about things, I'm tidying things up. As I said, one of the better ways, getting things so that things are out of the way. Get that vanilla extract out of the way. Putting it back into place. And here we are going to our baking powder. How much baking powder we require? 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. Wait, 3/4 of a teaspoon? Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have a 1/4 teaspoon. We need 3 of those. 3/4 of a teaspoon. 1/4 teaspoon. I should have taken a 1/2 teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon, but it's a bit late for that. So Excellent. Tossing that in, now 3/4 of baking powder. Otherwise, it's not going to rise, guys. It's not going to rise. So we got to make sure that is in. Fantastic. All right. What else are we sifting in? Baking powder, salt, whisk to combine. Wow. Okay. Whisking it to combine. Salt. How much salt do we require? 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay. Get that 1/2 teaspoon in there, guys. It's a pity earlier you didn't see me prep my chicken adobo. Chicken adobo was where's the sugar? Oh yeah, the sugar goes in during the whole process. Yeah. So sifting all of that delicious stuff into there, looking very nice and white. You can't see it really because of the lighting at the moment, but got everything nice, getting it nice and whisked now, whisking it together, make sure it is thoroughly combined. So we don't want to overdo this. So there we go, nice and combined in the bottom there. As you can see, there we go. That is our little egg yolk mixture there. Excellent. Begin beating the whites. So let's beat the whites, guys. Get that all going. I forgot my trusty tea here. So I've got my trusty tea. Just gonna have a young sip of that. Amazing shit, right? All right. Beginning. Oh, this is in the wrong place here. Get our beating things out, our whisks. I hope I remember how to do this. I think that's it. Sweet. And, yep. Okay, let's get in some soft cakes. Seems like a lot less than I thought it would. I need to switch on the rest of the lights. You can get this going. You know what? Before I finish mixing that, let me get my sugar ready. Let me get my sugar ready so that we are that we don't have to worry about getting it ready when it's time to add it. You know. So let me just make sure that is sorted. Once again, tablespoons. 2 1/5 tablespoons. That's an interesting number. 2 1/5 tablespoons. Just going to drop it into my little cup here. 2 1/5. What is 1/5 of a tablespoon? I'm just going to eyeball that, I guess. That looks like it's 1/5. Okay, there we go. Excelente. Drop this. Don't require those anymore. Alrighty. Got the granulated sugar. Take that back. there, always keeping things tidy. So yeah, the reason I got into cooking again, it's an interesting story. Well, okay, that's thickened up quite nicely there. So the reason I got into cooking again is because I actually, all right, let me just dispose of that. I actually did a 7-day fast, and during that 7-day fast, I ended up getting really attached. Right. During the 7-day fast, I got to the point where I felt the whole reason I was doing it is because I got to a point in my life where I felt like I was just eating for the sake of eating. I was eating the same things that I was eating. Let's see. I was eating the same things over and over again. With little thought about why I was doing what I was doing. And I've always been surrounded by good food because my mom is an amazing chef, an amazing baker. And I just ended up, I always felt like I didn't have time to cook. I always felt like I didn't have time to cook. And the funny thing is that I actually, when I'm in the mood for it, or when I was in the mood for it, I found myself really enjoying cooking. You know? And going through this 7-day fast, I really hope that these are considered soft peaks. We'll see how this turns out, guys. So the internet sugar up. Gonna see how everything turns out. Normally I'm not used to creating such a small amount of egg whites. You need a little bit more. So it's easier to see what's going on. I just hope I don't get to the point where I'm splitting these. Because I'm pouring that sugar in, nice and slow. Look at all I can do. I think I pressed the switch. Flip it more and more. Okay. I need lights so that I can actually see what's going on here. No lights. My cat has decided to make an appearance. I'm gonna have to tell her to go down. Yes, I know. Yeah, she is currently very upset that I've moved her, but she'll be okay. Alright, let's get these to the subject, right? Okay, as I said, it's a nice glossy. Hit the stiff peak without overdoing it, without separating. Almost there, that's it. Very close. This is the lovely mixture that I'm using right there. This is the cylinder. Yeah. Almost. The cakes are still a bit soft. Thank you. This is the moment of truth. No, yeah, like it's going to be several moments after that. Let's see. Feel that still kick off. The nerves, guys, the nerves. The nerves are real. Come on, Suki. Almost there. It's jelly like. They are looking nice and glossy though. They're not far. Not far at all. Yep. I think that's qualified. Yeah. I think that qualifies. Give it a little bit more maybe because we have I think we're there. Yeah, I think we're there. Sweet. I think I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Okay. Got some beautiful glossy. Let's see if you can see them. Ish. There's a certain part here where you might be able to see them. Let's just double check. Cool. Think you got them? Yeah. Got that meringue. All right. Okay. Okay, and then what we're supposed to do, fold meringue. One quarter at a time. More than I should have put in. Folding meringue one quarter at a time until fully incorporated. Guys, I'm gonna be so if this doesn't turn out well. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, you can't change something. It's in order for you to get something right, you have to get something wrong. You're gonna have to get something wrong at first. And it looked like it wasn't gonna incorporate, but as I've been stirring this in, the meringue, it seems Should be working out. Just have a nice look at that. Where is the best? Yes, there we go. Okay, where there's a little bit of shade. Nice and incorporation in there. Okay. Nice and incorporated. All right. I'm going to pick another quarter, the meringue, drop it in there, mix it, incorporate it. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better about this. It actually is looking good. I don't know if the meringue was too soft, that it might be, but not a stiff enough peak. But let's see. See how it goes. This is a very sensitive recipe. Incorporate the third quarter in there. That nice and mixed. Looking great, guys. Looking very luxurious. Doing very amazing here. So, just to carry on with my story about my fast. So, I did a 7-day fast because I was feeling like every time I would eat anything, I felt gross. I felt like something was wrong. And I love food. Okay, don't get me wrong here. I'm Portuguese, us Mediterraneans. We really enjoy our food. And nossa comida. We really enjoy our food, and especially being raised in my household, my mom's an amazing chef, an amazing pastry chef, especially. And I grew up watching my mom cook, but I went through a lot of challenges in my life, and because I went through those challenges, I essentially never really learned how to cook from my mother, which up until recently, I've regretted, and I've never had the motivation to do it. But then after my 7-day fast, I became, well, first of all, I just saw food in a very different way. I saw food in a way that I want to be part of making it. I want to be part of the process and not simply the consumer of the food. And so even when I was cooking before, I was still not involving myself in the process. It's like I knew that I could make food, but it's like making food and being like a chef are two very different things, right? Two very different things. And after this 1 week of doing the fast, I just decided, hey, I want to make myself into a chef. I want to really learn. I want to do what's necessary to become good at this. So now, dropping this mixture into the piping bag. And see how it turns out. To me, I don't know, it looks a bit liquidy. I think the egg whites were not stiff enough. But let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Do or do not try it. There is no try. So you have to do it. If it doesn't go well, if it doesn't luck out, try again. Yeah, this is too fluid. I know this is not going to work out. This is way too watery. Way too watery. This is unfortunate. Let's see what happens, but yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're gonna just try and do this. I doubt it's gonna work. If it doesn't work, this is where it ends, guys. Unfortunately, this is where it ends. But it does look like it's not going to work. Definitely needs stiffer peaks in order to make this work because I mean it just basically flopped right out of the bag. Yeah, great. So, okay. The mix tastes good, but yeah, it's so smooth. All right, guys, gonna leave this to warm up on low heat. Spray the bottom of this pan with grease. So I have got my ring light here. Let's see if it helps the situation. Right, turning that on. See, yep. Not the best lighting. It is what it is. No, I haven't figured out how to. I'm gonna have to get another screw so that I can do it in such a way that allows me to basically have the ring light around this. And yeah, but this is. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't think this is gonna work. Let's see what goes on. If not, this mix is very tasty. All on its own. Yeah, but now it's not really batter. It's not light and fluffy enough. Didn't have enough air in it. I'm gonna do it, but I've got a feeling it's just gonna flop. I can't see this standing up. It's not very tasty actually. Like the first bit, it's like, okay, cool, there's a little bit of sugar in there. But afterwards, it's like, okay, fine. So, welcome to the start of my streaming career, guys. Woo! This is an excellent time to be alive. An excellent time to be alive. You know, it's always nice in a way that my first live stream, the food or the souffle pancake that I'm cooking, is like a resounding failure because then that means that basically, you know, it can't go worse than this. Yeah. So if I fail live on if I fell live on my first live, then I mean that's great. It just sets the precedent, right? You know that I'm not going to care too much about what people think, and I mean you cannot care what people think if you're going to be doing live. You know? Because a lot of times you're just going to be talking to yourself until you get to you get further. Although at the moment I do have one viewer, which I'm very excited about. At least I have one person listening to me. But even if I didn't have that person, so I've got two people listening to me, right? It's me listening to me, and whoever's watching listening to me. So even if I had no one listening to me, I'd still have me listening to me, and that's all that I need, right? Is me listening to me at the end of the day. And the people that are supposed to be part of my community will find me, I believe. I've got faith. That faith people will find me. And yeah, make this stuff happen. One stream at a time. One stream at a time. But yeah, I mean, I'm still keen to see how these pancakes turn out, even though I'm almost 100% sure. Yeah, let's see. That's on it. Okay. So let's get a stream. Get some water going. So what we're gonna have to do with these pancakes is I'm going to make 2 even mounds. Okay, let's just see. So I'll know pretty soon from this if it's possible. Or not, I don't think this is going to be possible. Yeah, the consistency isn't what it needs to be from what I see. It's just spreading out too much. I'm gonna put my water. Oh my gosh. Like this here. Okay, I need to put on timer for 5 minutes. Okay, I've got to give myself credit where credit is due. I'm soldering through this process, even though I'm pretty confident that this is going to be a resounding fail. The consistency does not look anything like the consistency that was in the video itself. So at this point, we are simply soldering through the process and seeing how things turn out. But I'm okay with that. We have to go ahead and do these things anyway. Otherwise, I don't deserve to be a streamer, guys. You got to do the fail as well as the successes. So 5 minutes going. After the 5 minutes are up, we're going to lift the lid. We're going to pipe another 2 mounds on top of those mounds. And then we're going to cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. Hey, you never know. This might actually work out. Maybe I'm wrong. But let's get our ready. Flip these things around Let's make it happen, boys and girls. Let's make it happen. So I did use like about half here. So will they rise? Let's find out. The clock is ticking. We have 2.5 hours left. Sorry, 2.5 minutes. If I leave this on there for 2.5 hours, I might end up starting a fire, which we do not need. We need to start any fires, guys. Alright, let's go in. We want to open it, we don't want it to just drop. I mean, we are getting something. Something is happening. They are rising. So, fingers crossed, guys, because, I mean, obviously I'd rather go through this for an actual reason instead of just a complete fail where everything flops. But no, as I said, you know what? It might actually work. Okay, so next time though, I'm going to keep track of like what consistency is. Because look, I've always had my mom, whenever I'm making meringues or anything of that sort, I've always had my mom to tell me this is a stiff peak, this is a soft peak, this is a that peak, this is a that peak. So I've never really had the time to examine it myself, but that's what it is. It's experience. You can't tell somebody what a stiff peak looks like. You can't even look at a stiff peak and know what it looks like until you've done it many times. And then you see, okay, this is a stiff peak. Okay. And then a person, your teacher or whoever's around you can point out to you that's a stiff peak. But until you actually make that and you understand what a stiff peak is yourself, that precise consistency, and you've examined it over and over and over again to understand what the perfect stiff peak looks like, you're just not going to understand what that looks like. Same thing with dough. You have no idea what the consistency of dough is until an expert tells you this is the consistency you're looking for. And then even then, you have to make that dough over and over and over and over and over again until you know for yourself what excellent dough is. There's still a difference between good dough, excellent dough, and fucking phenomenal dough. So we're just about to enter here. Okay, lift lid. I'm going to pipe 2 more mounds on top of those mounds. Yeah, it's just rolling off, guys. Don't think it's going to come out the best. But you know what? I think it might. Oh shit. Way too much water. It's not supposed to touch the pancake. Didn't even use full amount here. So putting it in for free. Okay. But it'll be pretty incredible if I can get these right at some point. Honestly, I'm probably going to try again tomorrow. See if I can get these right. Maybe do another cooking stream tomorrow. Instead of the language stream, we get the cooking stream going. I thought, I forgot I need to do like my stream setup this evening as well for Twitch. Let's see how that goes, guys. Let's see how that goes. Honestly, I'm really excited about this. I feel a lot of excitement in my way. This may not be the grandest scheme, but I really need to stop eating this batter. It's probably going to make me sick. I'm going to put this in the sink before I carry on. But this is the issue, guys. I haven't eaten pretty much all day. I had like coffee. There was my water. I just ended up taking some out of my glass, but this is where my water is. All right. That's going. I mean, there's some rise going on, but it's definitely not the perfect consistency. It's not the consistency that it could be. But you know what? I'm excited about trying this because I put myself through this. I was afraid of failing. And then what's great about failing is once you fail, then you realize that failing was never a problem in the first place. It's like, it was more like the fear of the unknown. I wasn't scared of failing. I'm just scared of not knowing what's going to happen. It's like, oh, I'm going to go through all this effort for nothing. Or, but that's the problem is because you're constantly thinking, I'm going to go through all this effort for nothing that actually ends up stifling you, that ends up preventing you from taking action in your everyday life. A much better way of looking at it is that no matter what happens, I am going to succeed because I did it, irregardless of how it's going to turn out. Regardless of how it's going to turn out, I made it happen. And that I think is just the most. It's super, super important. It looks like he's going to need one more minute. So I'm going to keep those going. And then after this is when we're going to roll and flip it. I really hope this somehow works. At least I just hope that they're at least edible because I'm really hungry and I could do with some. I could do with some food. And like the Japanese pancakes are just gonna freaking hit the spot. Rise, you beautiful bastards! Rise! It's coming together, guys. They actually do seem to be rising. As I said, probably. I hope they don't stick. Oh shit! I should not have done that. Oh no, it's fine. We're good. We've reached. Oh gosh. What a mess. Yeah. Wow. Okay, this is gonna have to be on. See, it's like this. You see, make adjustments like this. Add another bit of water. This is how you make adjustments. You realize that, for example, this is too high. It needs to be lower. And another 3 minutes. And let's see what happens. So yeah, these are all the adjustments you make because every stove is going to be different. Every oven's going to be different, and you got to just tackle it in your own unique way because everything's going to be unique, right? So I I mean, I'm just gonna try and make this as nice as possible, right? So I forgot about the cream. So I need the mixer back again. Just gonna make some cream. Gonna whip it up, and also I'll keep it for tomorrow as well for my next attempt. Because yeah, so I think I'll do that as like my midday stream. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to start completely in earnest tomorrow. Just because yeah, just because I mean I still gotta set everything up. So as long as I get everything set up, then I will be streaming tomorrow for evening. But if not, I'll do my first official stream on Twitch at night in the evening. Love cream. Absolutely delicious. Well, they at least look like pancakes. That much I can say. They at least look like pancakes. Time to whip up this cream. Well, let me just get these out first. And then I can show you guys what has become of them. They're a little bit singed. I think, as I said, temperature a bit too high. But I just gotta, yeah, I was a little bit impatient. I believe that they need to be stiffer peaks, that this needs to be lower heat, and yeah, the mix basically just needs to be more stuff. Right. Okay, guys, and that is my Japanese souffle pancakes. You can see that side looks a bit better, but I think a little bit too hot. A little bit too hot. So just gonna, sorry guys, it's gonna be a bit loud. Just got the cream going. And mix the cream. And then gonna top those puppies with some whipped cream. Yeah, before I carry on, we're going to do a taste test. We're going to put those. They definitely collapsed souffle pancakes at this point. They definitely didn't turn out how they were supposed to. But let's see if we can still eat them. See if they're edible. I wish I could talk to you guys right now, but like it doesn't work. This is going. Alright. Nice. A nice little of whipped cream here. Okay, we're gonna take you back to this side so that you can see how this turned out. Okay, sweet. Excellent. Alright guys, so you got these, as you can see, well, they're very much a lot denser than I would assume they need to be. So those are not souffle pancakes. I can't say that they are. This is my first attempt making Japanese souffle pancakes, guys. And so far, I can pretty much say in that respect that they have failed. They definitely aren't souffle pancakes. But we're going to get maple syrup together. Okay, some cream. Whipped cream. Nice giant mounds of whipped cream. Gonna go all out here. Get the knife and fork ready. Slather that on their nice A-grade maple syrup. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, as you can see, let's give you a nice view there. Yep, that's the cross section. Not terrible. It's got more of a cakey texture than your normal pancake. Look, it's not great. Definitely, I've eaten better pancakes than this. I've made better pancakes than this. Normal pancakes. Guys, don't do what I just did and leave stoves on. But they're edible. Honestly, much more edible than I thought they would be. And this wasn't a complete waste of time. But they are definitely not Japanese souffle pancakes. The recipe might be for Japanese souffle pancakes. Are they Japanese souffle pancakes? They are not. Far too dense to be a souffle. Remind me of like a cake. But I'm not far off, guys. Give me a couple more attempts. And I can definitely make this work. Absolutely. Great. One thing I like about cooking over so many other disciplines is because cooking is such an amalgamation of different skills. It's all this, you have in shop. It's organization skills. You have to go and shop. You have to collect all that stuff. So it involves actually going out and retrieving. Back in the day, it would have been foraging and hunting, but now we just have all those lovely things available at our nearest grocery store. Well, if you live in Zimbabwe, not all the time. And then it involves like knife skills and prep skills. And then it actually involves cooking skills. It involves following instructions to a T. So it is very experiential, especially when it comes to things like cakes. Yeah, dude. Killian, thank you so much, bro. And also thank you so much for watching, dude. I really, really appreciate it. Much love to you, dude. Yeah, I will definitely give it another shot. I will definitely get this recipe, guys, because like I mean, with the last bread recipe that I did the first time, I just absolutely didn't butcher it, but it came out like half okay. It didn't rise to what it could have risen. Oh wait, dude, yeah, cooking is amazing. I think everyone should know how to cook properly. And or at least be competent in it. It's just such a nice thing to provide for other people. It's such a nice thing to be able to do for somebody else. You know, whether that be your family, be your significant other, or for gatherings and stuff. I'm actually planning on doing a dinner sometime soon, where I get a bunch of people together. I organize it, and I'll put everyone gets their money together, and I come up with a price of what I need to cook dinner. And then everyone puts in what they need, and then I will cook dinner for everybody. I don't know if you would like to be involved, Khalid, but I would be happy to have you. So yeah, in conclusion, guys, thank you so much for watching me today. It has been an amazingly difficult to start the stream, because the stream has been, I mean, I tried to stream on Instagram. Instagram tells me that I'm only allowed to do this if I have 1,000 followers, which is new. It was not that way before. I went to TikTok, I need 500 followers. Came to YouTube mobile, I need 1,000 subscribers for some reason for mobile. And then when I finally get to YouTube on my laptop, my internet disconnects midway through the preparation of my first dish. So I'm very happy with myself today, not only for the fact that I attempted a recipe that I've never attempted before, but also for persevering no matter what, getting to the point where I did the stream, even though everything was trying to stop me from doing the stream. It took much longer to prep than I expected. I was hungry. I wanted to eat, but I'm very happy that I still did it in the end, guys. So thank you so much for being here for me, Killian, Tass. Thank you so much. I hope you guys log into the next stream. I'm going to be doing many more streams like this and streams on other topics as well. I'm going to be doing language learning live. I'm going to be speaking to people on chat roulette apps and learning how to speak French, Mandarin, all these things with random people from all over the world. So that's going to be one of the most exciting streams that I do this week. I'm going to be doing some art streams. I'm going to be doing gaming. I'm going to be streaming mostly to Twitch, but maybe I'll do a multi-stream to YouTube as well. So yeah, love you guys. Have a fantastic night, and I'll see you tomorrow, I believe.